In today's show, I'm on the hunt for the perfect property for a couple's unique holiday business. The layout of one house has them a bit confused.
It's upside down.
Yeah.
That's kind of our character, being slightly quirky anyway.
Well, yours. Speak for yourself.
But the mystery property could be just the thing to raise their spirits.
Close my eyes and open them again.
Yes, I'm in the Isle of Wight, which also has a lake where you can stay dry and a ride where you can walk. Now, obviously, these phrases are a play on words, and as much as I'd love to claim these witticisms of my own, they've actually adorned the front of postcards extolling the beauty of the Isle of Wight for over a century. Despite the allure of the island, house prices here on the Isle of Wight remain pretty much on par with those of the mainland, with the average price for detached property coming in at around £255,000. Now, properties with sea views obviously command a premium, and in places like Old Cowes, Bembridge and Yarmouth, prices are usually 10% higher than those found on the rest of the island. Now, towards the middle and upper end of the market, and in particular where house prices are above £400,000, they tend to stay on the market quite a bit longer, so that should mean that today's buyers have a bit of room for negotiation. Let's take a look at what's currently available.
For £250,000, you could be living in a Grade 2 listed thatched stone cottage in Newbridge. With a modern kitchen and a cosy yet characterful lounge, it offers amazing views of the countryside. This 4-bedroom barn conversion in Luckham is on the market for just under £450,000. It offers spacious reception rooms with original features, a modern kitchen, a swimming pool and breathtaking views towards the sea. Or this modern 3-bedroom thatched house in the hamlet of Limerston could be yours for a purse-stretching £850,000. It comes with its own stables, a barn and 22 sprawling acres of land.
A fantastic selection of properties there, but what exactly are today's buyers after? Let's find out.
Today's property hunters are Colin and Elaine, who have run a computer consultancy company together for the past 25 years. Now that their 2 older children have grown up, home life at their 5-bedroomed house in Kent is centred on Thomas, their 13-year-old son. Thomas has autism and is the main catalyst for their move.
We want to move to the country because Thomas needs a lot of space to run around in, air to breathe, without being near too much noise. He likes the freedom of being out running in the country with not having any distractive noises around him.
The rooms that we'd like to take with us are Thomas's wet room, which is attached to his bedroom, and the sensory area of his bedroom as well. This is what we've set up for his needs. Touchscreen televisions, lights in the floor, he's got a ball. All these help him as an autistic child to focus on things to help him learn.
It was Colin and Elaine's experience bringing up Thomas that gave them the idea to start a holiday business catering for families with autistic children. They've settled on the Isle of Wight, having found a good school for Thomas there.
We're looking to move to the Isle of Wight because it's fairly small. The school that Thomas would go to is in the centre, so the whole island is an opportunity to us. We've done a lot of research into this business already. We've spoken to a number of people, a lot of families who have autistic children, and they've all said that they'll want to come and stay as soon as it's up and running. And we've also done some research on the island as well, from the holiday side of things and the council.
And we've spoken to the council, haven't we?
We have, and they all are very positive about the idea.
It's a fantastic plan, but it could prove a challenge pinning down what sort of property would best suit their venture.
Our requirements for us would be 3 bedrooms, 1 for Thomas with an ensuite, 1 for ourselves and 1 for any guests or if our elder children want to come and visit.
And then from the business side, we need rooms to convert into self-contained units or space available on land that we can put self-contained units onto. I think that some of the features we're looking for are probably period features. We do like high ceilings and big windows. We are definitely prepared to renovate. We know they unlikely will come with a wet room because they're quite specialised. We've done this before. So
we're used to challenges, aren't we?
With such varied requirements, it's a good thing their budget is so flexible.
Our budget is fairly flexible, from £500,000 to £800,000, depending on the property and how well it's already set up to start the business running straight away.
But it won't be all work and no play when they move, as the family are hoping to spend time messing about on the water.
The plan is to spend a lot more time on the boat.
Do some more scuba
Around
diving, because I enjoy scuba diving, doing the underwater
Well, you
filming.
do.
I do.
I'd rather stay on dry land, thank you.
You can stay on the boat.
As the Isle of Wight only takes 45 minutes to drive across and holiday attractions and beaches are easily accessible, one thing we're sport for choice on is location. We've found 3 fantastic properties to show our buyers, but as usual, I won't be letting on how much they're on the market for until they've guessed the price first. Then, of course, there's our mystery house. My chance to throw out their wish list and ask them to consider something different. So welcome both of you to Antigua.
It is.
I mean, on a beautiful day, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else, which is
Yeah.
wonderful, isn't it?
England.
It's got absolutely everything that we could possibly ever want.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
a
I know
place to live.
You're
not
in for a
only-
treat here, really, because
Definitely.
I mean, I know space is a big thing, isn't it?
Yes,
not,
it is,
not only with
yeah.
the properties, but outside and out and about. And you get that here on the Isle of Wight. It's not densely populated.
I mean, for Thomas, it is really, it's a very simple lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't need all the sort of gadgets and toys that children play with these days.
Okay.
They like the open areas. He loves the beaches.
It sounds like the Isle of Wight would be a perfect location for a lad like Thomas. Hopefully, we've got the right environment for maybe guests to come and stay there as
Yes.
well. So get it right for
Exactly.
Thomas, then we can get it right for the business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, look, let's see how we get on the first property and go from there.
Okay.
Thank
this
you.
way. With a flexible budget of between £500,000 and £800,000, Colin and Elaine want a property with 3 to 4 bedrooms to fit their family. They need a secure environment for Thomas in which to recreate his sensory room with an adjoining wet room. And they need plenty of additional room for their new holiday let business, allowing up to 3 families to stay at any one time. You've looked quite comprehensively for locations for your business and obviously Thomas. There's not a massive tranche of properties for sale. A lot of people bought places to retire to and second homes here, and they've not been inclined to put them back on the market yet. So there isn't a huge stock of properties out there, but we'll endeavour to show you the very best of what's here at the moment. We're starting our property search 1.5 miles outside the island's county town of Newport, where Colin and Elaine have already found a school for son Thomas. Located in the middle of the island, Newport was founded in 1180 and has a population of around 24,000 people. Our first property is a unique new build, set in a stunning rural position on 3 acres of land and with panoramic views of the surrounding countryside. First impressions, what's going through your mind?
First thought, I have to say, is road.
Yeah.
Road.
How much of a stumbling block is that, Elaine?
It's
Not
workable.
sure. Open-minded at this point.
Thank goodness for that.
Yep.
What about the properties themselves? I mean, this is what, around 6 years
I was
old?
going to say it looks new.
Now, it was originally built on an old farmhouse. This is the old dairy.
Yep.
The only original part of the old house is the horseshoe you can see on the door.
So it's a new house.
It's a new house, yeah. But hopefully with maybe older style proportions and dimensions inside.
Okay.
Not the best of starts outside, but I'm hoping the quirky interior will capture their imagination. Now, this house internally is quite different to what you might expect. 4 of the 5 bedrooms of this house are actually on the ground floor. It's an upside-down house for a very good reason. I think upstairs, I'm hopeful that you'll rather quite like it. Okay. Now, I know you said you were worried about new houses being maybe a bit boring. I don't feel that this is boring.
You come inside, it's not just a new house.
No, quite.
It's quite quirky. It's upside down.
Yeah.
That's kind of our character, being slightly quirky anyway.
Well, yours. Speak for yourself.
That's not a problem. But they certainly made best use of what it's got, and that's the views,
Oh,
by having the
absolutely,
living
yeah.
space upstairs.
You want something very different from a house and a home and a business.
Yeah.
So would you keep this arranged and configured as it is at the moment, like a living dining room?
I would need to see all of the house
Yeah.
first.
Let's have a look
before
at the
I
kitchen then,
make
and then
decision.
make that decision there.
Whilst I'm sure this is a lovely kitchen for a family at the moment, I know that you may well be doing some cooking for guests if you have them staying here. So I had an idea that whilst there's a utility room just through there, there's also a 5th bedroom or a snug that's en suite, which, with all the plumbing that's there as well, you could incorporate into a much bigger catering kitchen or separate prep area.
Yep.
Should you want to go down that route.
Yes.
What do you think?
If the room's there, yes, conversion is possible.
I like to, when I'm cooking, I like to check how Thomas, what he's up to. So if he's on the ground floor, I'm going to sort of be running up and down the stairs. What's he up to? Coming back up and leaving things on the stove. So ideally...
It's the upside-down nature
at the
of this
moment,
house. It just isn't working.
I'm not sure yet with the upside-down nature it's going to fit.
Well, with a bit of thought and conversion, this kitchen could work better for them, but I don't think they're convinced. Let's show them what's at the top of this very individual house.
Now, this room isn't the most practical, but I almost didn't care because this is just for you two.
Yep.
This is your sanctuary.
Yeah, this is the getaway.
Or this is an office for you to do work.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you think?
Well, we've got office at home, so that's something we're quite nice. Especially if we're running a business, we're going to need an office, aren't we?
Back downstairs in this upside-down house, the 4 bedrooms are all generously sized, and 2 of them have ensuite bathrooms, so there's plenty of extra space for the couple's 2 older children when they come to stay.
I wanted to come in this room because I thought this would be an amazing room for Thomas. Lots of light, ensuite, and storage space. At the back of the house, and is this quiet enough?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Because I know that you said Thomas's senses are heightened sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
No, I mean, you're right. This is a good room for Thomas.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see how this is working more in my head now, which is good.
Really,
Yeah.
it's difficult because we started upside down and it's trying to put the jigsaw puzzle together.
Yeah.
Outside, there are spectacular views over the surrounding countryside, as well as 3 acres of land. And, of course, there are the 2 outbuildings which could play a vital part in their new holiday venture. They did say they'd be happy to do some building work, so I'm hoping they can see the potential here.
Stud partition wall, 2 bedrooms.
Yep.
Go with me on this one, keep coming.
Yep.
Small kitchen area with a loo and a shower room. And then this, the living room.
Yep.
I could see if I was coming
It's,
here as a holidaymaker, and this was where I was living, I would feel like it was my home. Yeah.
It's almost finished, as is the one next door. There's 2 of these units, similar sized.
Okay.
1 to 2 bedroom units. Perfect holiday
Almost
lets.
ready to go.
Yeah. But there's one massive stumbling block. They don't have planning consent.
Whilst there's no guarantee, Colin and Elaine could seek planning consent from the local council for their unique and well-researched business venture.
With that potential of planning consent, can you see why we've brought you here now?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'd certainly want to come here with Thomas.
I'm pleased that they're seeing the possibilities in these 2 great-sized buildings for their new venture. But how much they think it's worth?
So, seeing what you've seen so far, have a go at pricing this house. How much do you think it's on the market for?
So bear in mind, I'm not any good at this anyway, but if I was guessing a price, I'd 500,000.
OK.
OK, I'm going to go a bit higher and say 525 then.
Crikey. Well, this is going to come as a shock.
Right.
This place on the market for £675,000.
Really?
Wales.
Okay.
Yeah, OK.
I think this is a really good opportunity for you guys
lovely.
to go back into the house,
Yeah.
have a good look around and just discuss what you've seen so far today, all right?
Okay.
I'll catch you in a moment.
OK, thank you.
I've rarely got a valuation from someone who is so much below what a property is on the market for. Now, I know we're looking for a lot today, but the Isle of Wight isn't a particularly cheap part of the world. A lot of the property prices are in line with much of mainland UK. It's just that we do want a lot for our money today, and we're going to struggle to provide both Colin and Elaine with what they're after without giving them something that they need to put a lot of effort into themselves, maybe some building work.
More than they expected, but still well within their budget at £675,000, this property certainly offers what they said they wanted from a rural home. It has 5 generous-sized bedrooms, 3 with ensuite bathrooms. All of the bedrooms are downstairs, giving Thomas a secure environment. Plus, there are the 2 outbuildings which could, with the correct planning consent, be used as holiday lets for their new business. And it's all set within 3 acres of grounds.
It has got beautiful views.
Yeah, show him about the road. Show him about the road, though. The space itself is great. There's the 2 separate buildings, so families could come and have their own space.
Very surprised at both the layout and the way it had been constructed internally. So that was a benefit, but also a challenge because it was upside down. So now we're having to think how we would live in an upside down house.
I found a friend. I'm not sure he comes with the house or not. Are you all done inside?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
The Isle of Wight attracts over 2.5 million visitors a year, and with 1 in every 4 jobs being linked to tourism, it certainly seems a promising place for Colin and Elaine to set up a holiday business. Possibly the best known of the island's towns, Cowes started out as a cluster of 16th century fishermen's shacks at the mouth of the River Medina. It's now the island's principal port, as well as the world's premier yachting centre. Earlier in the week, Colin and Elaine, who will be bringing their own boat with them when they move, met up with skipper Kevin Redbourne to discover more about how boating life here on the island can play a part in their new venture.
Well, thanks for joining us. We've been moving to the island because we want to set up a holiday place for families to come on holiday, particularly with children with autism, because we're an autistic child of ourselves. And we know how they really do like the peace and tranquility when they go away. So just wondering your opinion on the island and whether it's suitable.
I think the island is probably totally appropriate for what you're looking for. Peaceful scenic locations dotted all along the north coast. Bembridge in the far east, Bembridge Harbour is beautiful, Cowes itself here, the Medina River is glorious, Yarmouth to the east, and between here and Yarmouth there's Newtown Creek, which is just an amazing estuary and nature reserve, and I think it's ideal for what you're looking for, to be honest with you.
Cowes Harbour will play a major role in the 2012 Olympics, with some of the larger yachting series scheduled to begin here on the way to Weymouth, which is the centre of the Olympic sailing events.
This is East Cowes Marina. East Cowes generally is developing, and there are massive plans from CEDA, the Southeastern Economic Development Agency, to redevelop the eastern side of the harbour entrance.
On the island's north coast, Newton Creek is a beautifully unspoilt natural harbour. Owned by the National Trust, the mudflats and wild marshes provide a safe haven for birds, as well as a peaceful mooring for boats.
This is Newton Creek, guys. This is what we were talking about. Yeah. As you can see, it's beautiful. How pretty it is on either side.
Amazing.
This is an overnight mooring for a lot of yachts and cruisers. They'll come for the weekend, drop anchor and stay here.
This is definitely the sort of thing we were talking about when you said about taking a family out just for not part of the business, but just something special for them to enjoy.
A real treat.
It is. So do you think you could move here?
Well, I think I could be persuaded.
Well, after that voyage of discovery, let's hope the rest of our house search is plain sailing as we continue our quest south of Newport in the charming village of Godsill. With its thatched cottages, medieval church and an abundance of tea rooms, Godsill is one of the island's most popular tourist destinations. Our second property is on the edge of the village. Dating back to the Victorian era, it's comprised of converted farm buildings with a piggery and a hayloft.
You come right up to where I'm going to stand here to give you the best view of everything that's on offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very different. A lot of character.
Ooh.
Very,
I'm very intrigued, excited, want to get in there.
Well, what a great start, and I'm confident they'll love the inside just as much.
Now then, quite quirky inside.
Yeah.
What do we think? Kitchen round here, do you want
Yep.
to better look at it?
Quirky but lovely.
It's got a lot of character, hasn't it?
Yeah. Lovely to look at.
Yes.
Visually lovely to absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes.
Practicality-wise, beyond that door is a pantry. I think if
Is
you're going to
there?
have different cooking areas, you might have to do something with this space here.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, all things are possible.
Well, how different? what a difference a house makes.
As long as it's within budget and we've got the available, funds to do that.
What does she have for lunch? Something very positive. This is great. This is great news.
Yeah.
Elaine seems to be feeling optimistic about this property. So while she's all smiles, let's move on to the potential ground floor area for Thomas.
Now, as regards to ground floor bedrooms are concerned, I appreciate this isn't big enough for Thomas at the moment.
No.
So I'm asking you to do some work here.
Yep.
You've got a shower room and a loo opposite.
Yep.
And then next door to them, you've got a bathroom with a loo in it. But you need only one. So I'm suggesting, let me just run through what I'd like to do. So, doorway here.
Yeah.
So that's your ensuite there.
Yeah.
And then you've got that entire bathroom,
Yeah.
which is the size, again,
Of this room.
of that. So this room becomes double the size.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your first
Yeah,
job.
that is a very good
Absolutely.
suggestion, isn't it? And that wouldn't worry me at all, doing that, would it? You? As long as it was obviously structurally sound, or
Okay.
what's your thoughts?
No, absolutely. That looks like it's more than feasible.
Good. All right. Upstairs.
I'm glad to hear they're open to carrying out building work here, and they'll need to stay that way upstairs.
Now, this is where I'm going to ask you to make some quite tricky decisions. First of all, as a master bedroom, do you like this?
It's a lovely view, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, you get 2 bedrooms on this floor and a loo,
Okay.
but only a loo.
And we just knocked the bathroom down.
We've just knocked all the bathrooms out. There's 2 bathrooms there, and we've got rid of one of them, because otherwise Thomas couldn't have ground floor room.
That's it.
To replace the downstairs bathroom, they've got 2 choices. They can either convert the second bedroom into a bathroom, or keep that as a guest room and extend the dormer area where the WC is to fit in a shower.
But both options involve an element of compromise.
For us, I think the paramount needs of Thomas. If he's happy, we're happy. If it suits him, it suits us.
It's great that they're so positive about making those necessary changes upstairs. But back on the ground floor, there's an area that won't need any alteration.
Now, this reception area is split into 2. There's a dining area,
Yes.
and then the living room. Not huge, I know.
Yes. No. Very nice.
Yeah.
Like this. Love the brickwork. Love the views. It's lots of light, isn't it?
Yeah.
It feels cosy. It's not too small for us. There's only 3 of us.
Yeah.
So for 3 of us, it's ideal. An ideal size.
Well, the home side of things seems to have really lifted Elaine's mood. Let's see how the business side goes down.
Now, I know you've been dying to look at this. This is the business element. Now, you've got 2 apartments here, or 2 self-contained holiday apartments.
Yep.
OK?
Self-contained.
Self-contained, that's the key thing.
The downstairs holiday let comprises a conservatory, a kitchen with dining and living space, 2 double bedrooms and a family bathroom. But we're taking a look at the accommodation upstairs.
So this pretty much mirrors downstairs, minus the conservatory. 2 double bedrooms with a bathroom and big kitchen, dining, living room.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, this is already set up.
Yeah.
As the English Tourist Board
Yeah.
recommends it. I think it's 4-star with the English Tourist Board. Peak season, they get up to £625 a week.
Now, there's the sort of figures we're thinking about on a weekly rental. And again, I could see if I was on holiday, I'd feel like I was in my own space, which is a good thing.
Outside, tranquility is the key word in this massive back garden. With views of the local church and surrounding countryside, it's the perfect, peaceful and secure environment for children like Thomas to play in.
Do you like it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you could just sit here and just relax. It's a lovely place.
So how do you value it then?
Badly. You know that's the case.
I know that, yeah.
Oh, I mean, I've been thinking about this as we've been going around the house.
This might take a while, might it?
No. I'm thinking 795.
Right, OK.
Towards the top end
All right.
of our budget. And it would be nice if I've overpriced that. I'll be even happier.
I'll let you know in a moment.
It's always
Okay.
nice to have a price.
Right.
Now, yeah, OK, I'm not thinking perhaps quite so high, but I'll put 750 on it as a price.
Well, it's on the market for £650,000.
OK. See, I said I was no good at this.
In a good way today.
But in a good way.
You haven't seen the ground floor self-catering holiday let. Have a look at that one.
OK.
I'll catch you in a bit.
OK.
Well within their budget at £650,000, this property easily delivers on their demands. With 3 good-sized bedrooms in the main cottage, the potential to convert the bathroom into a bigger ensuite room for Thomas, 2 up-and-running holiday lets, and an acre of lawns.
Oh, wow. This is brilliant. Look at this. Wow, this is perfect for guests, isn't it?
It's good,
all
isn't
open
it?
plan. They've got
Yep.
the dining room there, lounge, kitchen. It's perfect.
Potentially in the future, as Thomas grows up and he's older, he may need his own living accommodation. And that would be an ideal place for him to have the lower ground floor, which is connected to the main building, so he's got his own living space, but he's with us as well. So it really is looking good.
So plenty to have a look around. Do you manage to see it all?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I've given you, hopefully, something to
So-
sleep on at least.
Yeah.
Good.
Keep me awake on, actually.
So as the day draws to a close over the Isle of Wight, it marks the end of the first day of our property search. After years of running their own business together, Colin and Elaine have set themselves the challenge of starting a new one on the Isle of Wight, offering holidays to families with autistic children. Our 2 properties so far have had varying results, but coming up, it's all smiles at the Mystery House.
It is, you've got style, character.
Yeah.
And I get a taste of the latest crop at the Isle of Wight's garlic farm.
Well, a fairly topsy-turvy start to yesterday, especially when we went to that upside-down house. But it was there that I really started to understand just how specific some of Elaine and Colin's requirements were. And I'd like to think that in the afternoon, that house gave them a lot of what they're after on their shopping list. Now, today, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a fairly blustery start to the day, and we're off to see the Mystery House, which, as ever, is here to challenge the expectations of our house hunters, and hopefully, like the weather, it'll blow them away.
Our mystery property is close to the town of Brading on the east side of the island. Said to have been founded by King Alfred in the 7th century, it's one of the island's oldest towns. One claim to fame is that the boards used to display hymn numbers were invented here in the 18th century. Our mystery property is a stone-built former vicarage dating back to the 1800s, but last extended in the 1950s. What makes this house our mystery property is that the holiday let space and family accommodation are all contained under one roof, so Colin and Elaine will be living alongside their guests.
I can't tell what these contorted facial expressions mean. I mean, what are you saying to me?
What a great looking house.
Oh,
Happy?
Isn't it?
very.
No, it is, you've got style, character.
Yeah.
It's quite some
Love-
building, it really is.
It is, isn't it?
Love the stonework.
Yeah.
Love the entrance hall.
Yeah.
Yep.
So much to look at. Look at those chimneys.
Yeah.
Huge.
First impressions?
It looks good.
Good. Come on, let's get inside. Now then, as far as grand entrance halls go, I think this is pretty much okay, isn't it?
Not average.
It's grand.
No, it's average, isn't it?
It's a lovely hall,
It's
isn't
an
it?
understatement. Nah.
Well, if you react well to this
Love
entrance
the
hall...
arches.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm going to pull him out of here.
Okay.
Or not.
Yeah.
The entrance hall's great. I love it.
Yeah.
But I want you to concentrate on this first room, because I think this is going to blow your heads off. Okay?
Keep the head on.
Righty-ho. In we come.
Close my eyes and open them again. Am I believing this? Am I seeing this?
Very elegant.
The amount of light coming into this room is something to behold, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh. And so open as well.
Yeah.
So open.
It's huge. Absolutely huge, this room, isn't it?
Thomas would love this room.
Would he?
I think so.
Why? Because it's so light?
It's quiet, it's light, it's airy, it's interesting.
OK.
It's restful. You get a
yeah.
feeling of rest.
Wonderful.
Spot on.
Spot on.
The best use of this sprawling house would be for all of the downstairs area to be used for family accommodation. This office space could easily be used as a bedroom. Colin and Elaine's main focus is for Thomas to have a secure and quiet environment. So with that in mind, let's see which area would work best for his needs.
Right.
Oh, this is a surprise.
Okay.
What were you expecting?
Yes.
Wasn't expecting that.
No, it's suddenly from the main hallway,
We're
kind of
walking
led
up the
off
stairs a
somewhere
second
into a
ago.
bit of an Aladdin's cave, a little secret corner that
I'm going to bring you around this house
Okay.
in a slightly different way. There's so much to get your head around, OK? Now, you walk through that corridor there. At the bottom of that corridor is a bathroom, OK?
Yeah.
Now, I think that bathroom would perfectly suit whoever uses this room.
Yeah.
Thomas. Ground floor, light.
Yeah.
Yes,
Safe,
it's a beautiful
big room.
I think we should go now into the business premises,
Yes.
OK?
Yep.
It might confuse you, but stay with me.
Okay.
All right?
Upstairs, the top 2 floors have a series of light, well-proportioned rooms forming 3 separate apartments. Perfect for guests.
So, first floor, self-catering apartment.
Big kitchen area, isn't it?
It's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is big. And I'm loving the open planned aspect, isn't it? With the windows and the sorts of lights and the tall ceilings. It's continued as downstairs, pretty much, with
And
that.
you're still in the atmosphere of the building.
Yes.
This apartment has 2 good-sized adjoining bedrooms as well as a cosy sitting room area which leads out onto a balcony. Somewhere to sit and admire those great views. Over in the opposite wing of the house, there's a good-sized living area, a family bedroom and bathroom, plus there's a spacious extra room currently set up as an art studio.
We've got access to that beautiful main staircase.
Yeah.
We've also got access to the rear of this apartment as well. So you can really can separate the families that are staying here.
And up on the second floor, there's a kitchen-stroke living area with a balcony and a triple room with ensuite, providing accommodation for a 3rd holidaying family. Outside, secure and mature gardens to the front and back provide an ideal space for children to play.
Overall, whistle-stop tour. Happy with what we've seen?
More than happy, Johnny.
Yep.
More than
Done a
happy.
fantastic job there.
So, how much do you think this place is on the market for then, Elaine?
Based on what we've seen, the number of rooms, the potential for the business, the outside space, all the periods features as well,
yeah.
I think it's going to be in the top end of our budget, but I'm kind of going on the 690.
690. OK.
690?
It's never a short answer. is it?
Never, yeah. No.
OK.
Fantastic property. It's got to be up there, definitely around the 700 mark, I'd have thought.
You're both there or thereabouts, really. It's recently come on the market. It offers above £685,000. OK? You can see where their aspirations
Yes.
lie then, in and around maybe where you're going. I'm sure you're dying to get back in and have a look at potentially your own kitchen and all the other accommodation there. So why don't you do just that?
OK.
And I'll catch you later on.
Lovely.
All right? See you
Thank
in a
you
bit.
very much.
At just over £685,000 and well within their budget, this property could be just the job. It's got 3 bedrooms for the family, plenty of space downstairs to expand for Thomas's needs, separate and flexible business accommodation on the upper floors for holidaying guests, and secluded grounds, perfect for kids and their new venture.
Ooh. Wow.
That's a big kitchen.
That'll do nicely, thank you. It's another door. Ooh, another door. Lots of doors.
More rooms.
More rooms. Stone. Beautiful. It's going to be original.
Yes.
That is lovely.
Need a map. It is a confusing house. There's lots of rooms all over the place. But once you start to divide it up into areas, for us and from the business side, this really is, I mean, it's a very clever building.
Wow. Lounge and diner's just amazing. All the original features were there. And it was so restful in that room, so quiet and tranquil. Couldn't ask for anything better, really.
Now that is one big smile on both of your faces.
Absolutely.
You find somewhere to have a bit of a chat?
Fantastic.
Good man.
While Whilst the largest industry in the Isle of Wight is tourism, the island also has a strong agricultural heritage, including sheep and dairy farming and the growing of arable crops. It's also home to the UK's largest garlic farm. Traditionally, garlic is grown in hot Mediterranean countries, but due to the long sunlight hours enjoyed on the island, it also thrives here. Colin Boswell has run the farm for over 30 years and now employs 40 people to work his 60 acres of garlic crop, which include varieties such as Solent White and elephant garlic.
This is elephant garlic.
Right.
All right. So it's a big.
Oh,
big,
right, okay.
All right. Now that's only half size. That is going to double in size in the next 2 weeks. This is actually closer to a leek than it is to garlic. Elephant garlic is a hardneck. That means it produces a flowering spike. But what we do, we snap that off.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely superb, just dipped in batter, deep fried, and served with a sweet chili sauce.
Oh, wow.
Incredible. In fact, I mean, you could try it now. Just nibble.
Very crunchy. It's like a tastier, more pungent spring onion, isn't it?
Yeah.
As well as selling to the mainland, the garlic is also exported to Italy, Spain and even France. On site there's a restaurant where you can eat your garlic baked, steamed, boiled or roasted. Chef Charlie Bartlett gave me a taste of what's on the menu.
Obviously you've just brought me some elephant garlic and I've got a couple in here. Okay, I've got a nice big juicy one there. These have probably been in about an hour, hour 15. The longer the cook, the better they are.
I can see some good old-fashioned garlic bread.
Some good old-fashioned garlic bread. What we're going to do, we're going to show you a meze dish, which includes the Solent White, the garlic bread, some salads and some other dips with garlic in. And I'm going to show you how to make deep-fried scapes. So come around this side, OK. Here, we've got the bottom end of the scape, top end of the scape. This is the most important bit for us, OK, because they're really, really nice. Do you want to chop some for me?
Yeah, why not?
OK.
A garlic scape is the curly stem from which the seed head of the garlic bulb is formed. When young, it's tender and delicious, especially when deep-fried in tempura batter, a signature dish of the farm restaurant. The batter is made with self-raising flour, corn flour and sparkling water. After whisking, the scapes are dipped in the batter and then placed in hot oil for a minute or two until golden.
As it hits the hot oil, you'll find that it'll cook and rise and it makes it quite light.
So quickly as well.
So quickly as well.
Then they're ready to plate up.
Grab some scapes.
Yeah.
And then we pile them on one side. Just stack them all up there, please.
OK.
Connie.
Everything, I suppose, is made on the island, is it?
Pretty much. The bread, the garlic, the cloves, all our hummus is homemade here using Isle of Wight products.
Brilliant.
OK.
The carbon footprint is pretty low.
Absolutely, absolutely. Then we're going to put the elephant garlic with the bread, OK, as a side dish.
Well, I just think Colin's back from the field. Should we go and see how these taste?
Yeah, sure.
Looking forward to this. Now then, this looks like one amazing spread, doesn't it? So, should we dig in?
OK.
Start with a scape.
Right, OK.
Just dip it into the sweet chili sauce, and I think you'll be surprised at how they taste.
That is quite something, isn't it?
Good, isn't it?
And the batter. I must say, this feels all a bit too tasty to be good for you.
But good for you, it certainly is. Garlic is well known for lowering blood pressure and strengthening the immune system, making it truly worthy of the term superfood.
Garlic all the way.
And we're hoping that Colin and Elaine have an equally healthy chance of success in their move here, because now it's time to find out what they really thought of our 3 properties.
So, the Isle of Wight. It's a fantastic place to visit.
Yep.
So then it comes down to the properties.
Yep.
So, property number 1 didn't start great.
Yes, well, my heart sunk as I first saw the property because of the road, because of the safety element of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the lovely views, you couldn't beat those, absolutely stunning. It was a new build. It lacked the character that we were looking for. While some people, that's ideal for them, for us, it wasn't the case.
It was upside down, quirky, which, again, some people will like.
Yeah.
But we just couldn't see how, for us, that would fit.
Now, in the afternoon, we went to the converted piggery. You really warmed to its, I suppose, quirkiness as much as anything else, didn't you?
Yes.
And quirky works for us. Anybody who knows us will say that's true.
I've come to understand that would work for both of you. Yeah, it's fair to say.
That helps.
But the business was there already.
It was, up and running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess the only problem
the
that was
possibilities,
with the
though,
house
wasn't
was
there?
that configuration of the bathroom, bedroom for Thomas and how we was going to do that. So
Yeah.
some changes to be made.
But we were prepared to do
But
that,
it
weren't
was,
we? Because
it
we
was
liked
interesting
it in-
enough
Yeah.
to work with.
Now, the mystery house, though, is often full of surprises. Your reaction said it all. You looked very excited. You were almost skipping through the front door, weren't you?
She's just absolutely mesmerised by it.
Well, there was the amazing reception room. You both reacted great to that.
Yeah.
But we got into Thomas's room, and that was more than adequate, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely more than adequate.
I mean, it's all close proximity, but
Yes. Yeah.
in the same sense, it was also disconnected enough that as he gets older, it can feel like his place.
Then we started concentrating on the business element. How much work do you think is needed in order to make that work for you guys in your business?
I mean, there's actually very little.
OK, then. Out of all the properties we've seen, which one's your favourite?
Got to be the third,
Mystery property.
definitely.
Yes, same here.
So what do you want to do about this mystery house?
Well, the next step for us is go away, do the figures, do the finance, make sure everything ties up.
Yeah.
We've already talked about coming back, bringing Thomas back to see that house as well. So hopefully, very soon, we'll have that business up and running.
So I hope the viewing goes well. I hope Thomas loves it as much as you do.
Yeah, sure
And then let us know how you get on.
We will do.
I'm sure I will. And thank you very much. We had a
Yeah, it has
thoroughly
been
wonderful
great.
time.
Good. I've enjoyed myself as well. Now, whilst these past couple of days have obviously been rather challenging, I found them really interesting looking at properties through Elaine and Colin's eyes. And in choosing the mystery house, I don't think they're making many compromises. So let's just hope this is the start of a new beginning for their family, especially Thomas, but also the start of a successful business, whereby their clients can come here and enjoy the fantastic getaway of the Isle of Wight. See you next time. With their business plan finalised, Colin and Elaine have been back to see our mystery house with their son Thomas. They're planning to make an offer on it once they've secured a buyer for their current home. If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and would like our help, please apply online. In today's show, I'm on the hunt for the perfect property for a couple's unique holiday business. The layout of one house has them a bit confused.
It's upside down.
Yeah.
That's kind of our character, being slightly quirky anyway.
Well, yours. Speak for yourself.
But the mystery property could be just the thing to raise their spirits.
Close my eyes and open them again.
Yes, I'm in the Isle of Wight, which also has a lake where you can stay dry and a ride where you can walk. Now, obviously, these phrases are a play on words, and as much as I'd love to claim these witticisms of my own, they've actually adorned the front of postcards extolling the beauty of the Isle of Wight for over a century. Despite the allure of the island, house prices here on the Isle of Wight remain pretty much on par with those of the mainland, with the average price for detached property coming in at around £255,000. Now, properties with sea views obviously command a premium, and in places like Old Cowes, Bembridge and Yarmouth, prices are usually 10% higher than those found on the rest of the island. Now, towards the middle and upper end of the market, and in particular where house prices are above £400,000, they tend to stay on the market quite a bit longer. So that should mean that today's buyers have a bit of room for negotiation. Let's take a look at what's currently available.
For £250,000, you could be living in a Grade 2 listed thatched stone cottage in Newbridge. With a modern kitchen and a cosy yet characterful lounge, it offers amazing views of the countryside. This 4-bedroom barn conversion in Luckham is on the market for just under £450,000. It offers spacious reception rooms with original features, a modern kitchen, a swimming pool and breathtaking views towards the sea. Or this modern 3-bedroom thatched house in the hamlet of Limerston could be yours for a purse-stretching £850,000. It comes with its own stables, a barn and 22 sprawling acres of land.
A fantastic selection of properties there, but what exactly are today's buyers after? Let's find out.
Today's property hunters are Colin and Elaine, who have run a computer consultancy company together for the past 25 years. Now that their 2 older children have grown up, home life at their 5-bedroomed house in Kent is centred on Thomas, their 13-year-old son. Thomas has autism and is the main catalyst for their move.
We want to move to the country because Thomas needs a lot of space to run around in, air to breathe, without being near too much noise. He likes the freedom of being out running in the country with not having any distractive noises around him.
The rooms that we'd like to take with us are Thomas's wet room, which is attached to his bedroom, and the sensory area of his bedroom as well. This is what we've set up for his needs. Touchscreen televisions, lights in the floor, he's got a ball. All these help him as an autistic child to focus on things to help him learn.
It was Colin and Elaine's experience bringing up Thomas that gave them the idea to start a holiday business catering for families with autistic children. They've settled on the Isle of Wight, having found a good school for Thomas there.
We're looking to move to the Isle of Wight because it's fairly small. The school that Thomas would go to is in the centre, so the whole island is an opportunity to us. We've done a lot of research into this business already. We've spoken to a number of people, a lot of families who have autistic children, and they've all said that they'll want to come and stay as soon as it's up and running. And we've also done some research on the island as well, from the holiday side of things and the council.
And we've spoken to the council, haven't we?
We have, and they all are very positive about the idea.
It's a fantastic plan, but it could prove a challenge pinning down what sort of property would best suit their venture.
Our requirements for us would be 3 bedrooms, 1 for Thomas with an ensuite, 1 for ourselves.